In a quiet East Godavari village lived a curious girl named Meera. She loved playing in the sunlight, but the shadows were always fright here. Every night the evening came, she would hide inside her home. The villagers often teased her, calling her the girl afraid of night. But Meera's heart was strong and she wanted to change her fear. One day she decided to befriend the shadows inside of hiding. She looked at her shadow and whispered, "You will be dance with me." At first it did not move, but then it saved gently. Mira's eyes winded with wonder. A new adventure was about to begin. Mira giggled as her shadow warbled inside her. She lifted her arms and the shadow copied her. She twirled around the shadow spoon too. The one scary shadow was now he a playful partner. Villagers peeped from their one windows in surprise. As she gone mad, she whispered one, but Mira ignored them and kept dancing. The dust beneath her feet rose with each step. Her laughter echoed in the still evening air. The shadows has learned to dance. Night soon crept in, and the shadows grew darker. Mina's heart trembled, but she took a deep breath. "Don't leave me now," she said to the shadow. To her argument, the shadow shimmered faintly, then began to glow with a softly silver light. It was as if the moon itself had blessed her. The shadows were no longer frightened. They had become the guardians. Mira felt safer than everywhere before. She had turned fear into friendship. The next day, children gathered around Mira curiously. "Shows us your magic," they begged. Mira smiled. "It's not magic, it's courage." She structured her hands and structured her shadow structure too. The children followed her movements with awe. They began copying their own shadows. Soon later filled their air. The structure turned into a dancing ground. Even the elders could not stop smiling. Mira had started a new tradition. Days passed and the villages changed. Children no longer feared the dark. They gathered at night to dance under the moon. The shadows became their partners in joy. Songs of laughter echoed through the air. Mira was proud but remained humble. "It was not me," she said softly. "It was the shadows." The villagers began calling her the girl of light. Her courage had given everyone hope. The once silent night now sparkles with life. One night, an old traveler came to the village. He saw the children dancing and was amazed. "What is the joy?" he asked a villager. The villager pointed to the mirror with pride. Teacher, she touched us not to fear shadows. The traveler smiled warmly at her. "You are wise beyond your years, children." Mira blushed and bowed her head. She never wanted fame, only courage. The traveler blessed with her with kind words. But now one storm evening, the windows vanished. Dark clouds covered the moonlight. The children panicked and ran indoors. Mira stood still, trembled inside. For a moment her old fears returned. But then she remembered her promise. Shadows live in us, not outside. She whispered. She began to dance even in the dark. Slowly the children joined her. Together they created light through courage. The storm passed and the moon returned. The shadows came back, brighter than ever. Children cheered and clapped with joy. The villagers hugged Mira with pride. "You have shown us true bravery," they said. Her heart glowed like the silver moon. She realized the shadow were never harm enemies. They were just waited to be understood. The night was no longer silent. It had become the village's festival of courage. From that day, the villagers celebrate every full moon. They called it the Dance of Shadows. Children and elders danced together. The streets filled with music and cheer. Meera watched with a proud smile. She had turned fear into beauty. Her journey had touched every heart. Even strangers came to witness the joy. The village was now known far and wide. All because a little girl taught Shadow to dance. Meera stood quiet one night by itself. She looked at her shadow and whispered, "Thank you." The shadow said as if it understood. She realized the shadows were not darkness but lessons. Every fear could be turned into strength. Every night could shine like a day. She closed her eyes and smiled. The moonlight wrapped her in silver. Her journey had just begun. The shadows would dance forever. The storm of Miras teaches a powerful truth. Fear is only a shadow waiting to be understood. When we face it with courage, it becomes our strength. Just like Mira turned darkness into dance, we too can turn the challenge into opportunities. The night it is not an end, but a beginning. Courage lights up even the darkest path. True bravery is dancing with fear. When you accept them, we grow stronger, and then in that strength we find joy and life.